welcome to the second episode of Academy Odyssey. I'm Rosisa and today with us we have Lubit Hussain.
Hello.
He's currently pursuing his Masters in CTEM from IIT Bombay and he also recently got placed. So over to you.
So hello everyone, I'm Lubit Hussain. I'm Masters from CTEM IIT Bombay and I got placed in Rigor Reality for the post of Assistant Manager in Strategy Division of the company. Thank you.
Oh, that is great. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So going forward, let's start with the very first question. First question is, what are the different placement procedures at IIT Bombay and how it is different from other institutes?
The placement procedure, when we compare it to other universities, the major difference is we need to submit our resumes before the actual placement procedure starts. So the thing is, we don't have any option of editing the resumes once the phase 1 of the placements get started. So you need to be very careful. You have got 5 resumes, you can upload at max 5 resumes, so you need to cover for each and every post, starting from the data scientist, supply chain management, whether it's product management or anything else, whatever you want to pursue. So that is the major difference.
So like what are the different steps? Like you submit the resume and then what happens? What different company opens their jobs? So you look through their profile and then you apply for jobs, right? So on what basis do you choose the company or the company choose the different departments for the jobs?
Majorly, all the companies have their specific criteria of which departments they will allow for the jobs. Like a company only decides which departments they want to allow to fill the jobs. So definitely it's not on the students if they cannot apply for all the jobs. So for my case, the company Rigor Reality was based on civil engineering only, so I was eligible for applying for it. So definitely the company needs to allow us to join, then only we can apply for the job.
One question that I had in my mind is, like if we are from civil engineering department, then can we apply to the job profiles of other departments, department specific job profiles, like if it is for software engineering or data analysis, data scientist sort of thing. So can we apply for those profiles if we are from a different department?
Basically in IIT Bombay what happens is day 1 to day 15 placement happens in phase 1, which happens in December of every year. So the companies which are coming in first 4 days, those are generally gives a lot of a big package. So they generally don't allow specifically M.Tech students to mostly apply in their jobs. So but besides that, other companies which comes during the tenure of 15 days, most of the companies allow us to fill the jobs, so we can definitely go for
other job profiles.
Other job profiles, yeah, right.
As you have already mentioned that most of the company preferably try to choose B.Tech students over M.Tech students, while when they have higher packages or the job profile is comparatively better, then I have this question, like what is the difference in between the jobs of B.Tech students as compared to M.Tech students for the same department? Like if I'm from civil department and there are some students from B.Tech or M.Tech, what is the difference in their job placements?
So when we are comparing two students, one is from B.Tech and one is from M.Tech, the major difference comes is most of the non-core jobs, like if we eliminate the tech sector of the jobs, most of the non-core jobs M.Tech students are not eligible, where there are very few, like this year the BlackRock came, which allowed M.Tech students, Google and the big giants allow generally M.Tech students, but there are many investment firms like many of the consultant roles or associate roles, M.Techs are not allowed. So B.Tech students get an edge over the placement in such scenarios because they will get easily shortlisted and they will be preferred more when we are comparing them to M.Tech students.
So can you just say what could be the reason why they prefer B.Tech students over M.Tech students? Is it because the skills that M.Tech student has is less as compared to the B.Tech students of IIT Bombay? Because like the M.Tech students have already completed the B.Tech and then they are in M.Tech. So but still, why does the packages or the job preference for the company is comparatively less for M.Tech students as compared to B.Tech students?
So I think the major problem here is the mentality of the companies, or not, it's a general scenario, like the B.Tech students have cleared JEE Advanced, which is one of the most toughest exams in India, So generally I feel so the company might be thinking like those have greater mental aptitude than the master students, as there are many master students who have came from tier 3 or tier 2 colleges. So that might be the case. They might be thinking like the B.Tech students have more general aptitude capabilities than the M.Tech students. This might be one of the reason according to me, but I'm not sure why they do it.
So, but you feel like there is no difference in the skill of M.Tech student as compared to B.Tech students. Like B.Tech students, M.Tech students are more skilled, but still they are not getting that opportunities. Is it the case?
Yes, definitely in most of the cases I feel there is not much difference. Definitely the B.Tech students have got more exposure in IIT Bombay. 4 years of exposure in IIT Bombay is definitely better than the 2 years of exposure, but when we compare to majority of the people, I'm not talking about the top 500 students of the B.Tech. If we'll just leave those people aside, the rest of the B.Tech students are not that much, they don't have that much high capabilities than the M.Tech students. They are majorly same only, like I don't feel so that they have better skills or anything. It's just like they are getting an unfair advantage.
So I wanted to ask you, sir, we have our coursework also. M.Tech is just for 2 years, and we have our coursework. We have to complete our courses and all these things. If we are preparing for non-core or something, when will we have to start for the jobs, like preparing for the jobs?
I feel so if someone is focusing on the non-core jobs, definitely if they want to go for the data scientist roles or the associate or consultant roles, so they need to be well prepared with the skills, because as you all know, as I have told in before questions also, there is an specific disadvantages for master students. So either you need to be very good at your skills, like you need to be extremely capable in your skills, otherwise you will not get shortlisted. So there are many companies which gives a very good package, but for getting shortlisted, you will be required a very good amount of skills. So I feel there is no definite point where you should start, but as soon as you join masters, if you are hoping for the non-core jobs, you should start preparing.
You've also seen that most of the M.Tech students or the B.Tech students tends to go to non-core jobs as compared to their own core companies. So what could be the reason? Is it because the companies are not coming, or is it because of the packages? So what is the reason?
Definitely if we are comparing our branch civil engineering, so what happens is the maximum package which a civil engineer will get this year, only one company came which gave around 24 lakhs of CTC, so which was Chevron, and they only took 4 to 5 students. So there are 150 students in civil engineering. So what happens is majority of the companies in the core sector are giving the placements around 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs, and definitely the non-IT sector or the non-core jobs have the way more packages, and the quantity of the companies is also very high. So that might be the reason people go towards the non-core job. And also the civil engineering scenario, the side job, they prefer office jobs. Yeah.
Okay. So another question is, usually the M.Tech students who come after cracking the GATE exam, so they can also apply for government jobs and all these things. So after coming to IIT Bombay, what are their preferences? Like how many of the students tend to complete their M.Tech GATE placements, or tend to go for PhD, or they decide to drop their M.Tech and go for government jobs?
So what happens is majority of the people who are coming here are GATE pass outs, correct? So there will be around 5% to 10% of the students which will be getting placed for the government jobs in the first year itself. So before the placement starts, around 5 to 10% students will be getting placed, and mostly those will be the people from the top branches in civil engineering, like the structural engineering and CTAM. So besides that, most of the people are mostly focusing on getting a better job also. Personally, when I came for the GATE examination, my thought process was also getting a better job and getting better connections and all. So most of the people are here for that only, and very few are there who want to pursue the research as their career. So there are very few of them.
There are very few who want to pursue PhD.
In my branch, I have seen only around 1 or 2 people who wants to do PhD. The rest, everyone is here for the placements only.
I also wanted to know, can you tell something about your background? Like, did you do your bachelor's, and why And why did you not choose to do the job and you moved for your master's degree? For getting a higher degree, or was it for like you believe that after getting into IIT Bombay you may get a higher package?
This is a little bit tricky question. I've done my graduation from NIT Andhra Pradesh. It is the newest NIT. So after the graduation, I was having offers. I was having around 2 to 3 job offers. One of them was even way higher, more than double of the package which I've got in IIT Bombay also. But the major reason, it is little bit too weird to answer that question, because NIT Andhra, I was not able to enjoy my 4 years of B.Tech life, so I just wanted to enjoy somewhat IIT life, IITN life. So for that, and getting a brand tag also, like if we want to do business, what my focus is, after some years I want to do business. So if you are an IITN, if you have a degree from IIT Bombay, it helps a lot when you're starting a business, for getting the fundings, for getting the connections. So the tag of IIT Bombay is very important if you want to do your own venture. So that's why.
So mostly you came to IIT Bombay because of its tag.
Yeah. There are 2 reasons. First is enjoying the life. Second is for the IIT Bombay tag.
IIT Bombay tag. Like now that you have, as you mentioned that your package is comparatively less, do you regret that you should have not left that job and come to IIT Bombay at any point of your life? Like
No, not at all. Actually, I left that job because I was not interested in the tech job. It was a role of SDE. So software development, I am not at all interested in software development. So I just quit that job within a week, and I came to IIT Bombay. Because here, even if I've got the less package, I've got a better job, a better position in a company, and comparatively what my thinking is, I've got a post of assistant manager, so it is better job.
So that is great that you are enjoying. IIT Bombay is worth it, right?
Yeah, worth it.
So that is amazing to hear. So my next question is, what is the placement packages of IIT Bombay as compared to other institutes for MTech students mostly?
So definitely you get a very good package when you're comparing our branch, civil engineering. Most of the colleges in India, whether it is other IITs, also even other IITs, if you're forgetting about the top 7 IITs or top 5 IITs, so beside that everyone will be getting below or around 10 lakhs, but in IIT Bombay you get various opportunities, definitely in core civil engineering, which is way more. Generally the average package which we get is around 12 to 15 LPA. So definitely it's more than the other colleges. Yeah.
Can you also tell me about the packages of different departments? Which department gets the highest packages at placement mostly for MTech?
M.Techs, definitely, if you are looking for the IT sector, the electrical department, the CSRE departments, and the CSE department, those will be getting higher packages because their role is where they have a very high demand in the market. So definitely they will be getting more packages than us. So mostly are them.
So mostly CSE or CSRE or electrical students are in high demand at placement.
Yes.
So can you tell me something about the placement procedures in detail, like how from the preparation, how you started the preparation, from when you started, how did you complete the coursework, when did you complete the coursework?
So for me, when you are coming to an M.Tech in IIT Bombay, you get various opportunities it's upon you, like whether you want to complete the coursework in first year or you want to stretch it to the 2 years. So for me, I was not feeling that much load, so I completed all my coursework in first year only.
How many courses are compulsory for the students to take, like to complete the credit?
I don't remember the total number of credits, but I think 5 to 6 courses are there in a semester. If you are doing around total of 12 courses, I think so. After that, your credits will be mostly finished. It depends upon the credit of each course. Like you need to select accordingly. You need to complete a specific number of credits. I don't remember the total how much credits we need to complete.
So after completing the credit, then what? Then your M.Tech is over what?
Definitely M.Tech is not over. In IIT Bombay you get various opportunities of learning. There is no, you can do the endless learning because you can enroll definitely after completing your specific set of grades, set of credits. you can apply for the various courses. It doesn't really need to be from the civil engineering. You can study courses from any of the branches in IIT Bombay, whether it's from CSE, whether it's from management side or electrical or any branch. You can study, you can enroll for the course, you can get it audited, and you can study the course. So it's definitely, it doesn't mean completing the credit doesn't mean your M.Tech is finished, you can't learn anymore. Whatever you want to learn, there is always open opportunities in each semester. So definitely after completing the courses, it's not the end of the M.Tech. There is the project which we need to do in the whole second year also. So project starts from the third semester and it stretches till the fourth semester. At the end of fourth semester, you need to present and submit the thesis. So after that, if you are submitting it on time and if it accepts by all the faculties, it gets accepted by all the faculties, then only you will get your M.Tech degree. Otherwise, you will not get the degree. So for me, I am doing my research in the earthen construction. So definitely, I'm on a good track to complete it.
Does thesis also carry some credit, or is it just have to be accepted by the professor that you have completed the thesis?
So this one point I need to add in here is whenever a student comes to IIT Bombay, the grading pattern is very different from the other universities, because here they don't consider only the mid-semester and end-semester exams for your grade. They also consider the in-class exercises, the assignments you need to submit and all, and there is the attendance also. So the overall grades are calculated. So for me, it was very weird, because it was very different from my older institute where they only considered the mid-sem and end-sem exams. So I was unable to score a very good CPI in the first year. So here comes the part of your question which you asked me. So after first year, my CPI was around 7.5 or 7.6. But due to the thesis, I did my thesis properly in the first semester. I got full 10 on 10 in the thesis, and my CPI went to 8.64, which is a very high jump, because the thesis has a very high credit score. If you are doing the thesis properly, one thesis is equivalent to 40 credits in the third semester. While where we are comparing to any other subject, the subjects are mostly 6 credits, 8 credits. So yeah, doing your thesis properly makes a huge impact on your CPI.
And I also wanted to ask, how much does this CGPA or the credits that you have achieved in your masters impact your placements? Does CPI impact your placement or not at IIT Bombay?
Yes, CPI matters a lot. If you are having a very low CPI, that is, if you are having below 7 CPI, it gets very difficult to get shortlisted for the jobs. And major thing in the placements is getting shortlisted. The procedure afterwards is little bit easier than the first part, which is the getting shortlisted. So yeah, CPI matters a lot. Mostly if you are having above 8.5 or 9 in masters, above 8.5 is considered very good for getting shortlisted and all.
And what is the procedure after getting shortlisted for the company, and on what basis does the company shortlist you?
So most of the companies takes their test, which can be online or in-person test. So based on the test and based on your resume and your CPI, those 3 criteria are there by which you get shortlisted for the job interview.
Okay.
Mostly there will be 2 to 3 rounds for the company placement. Yeah.
What are the 3 rounds? Is it just the resume filtering, or like on the back? This all happens in our backside, because after submitting our resume, there is nothing that we can do about resume filtering or CPI or these things. So is there something in our hand after submitting the resume?
So after submitting the resume, mostly there are 2 to 3 rounds. The companies are not allowed in IIT Bombay to take a very huge number of rounds, because it will impact the other placements of the students also. So majorly after getting shortlisted, there will be GD. GD is not compulsory. Some companies take GD, while some companies do not take GD, and there will be direct interviews. So interviews might be 2 interviews. One will be the technical interview and HR interview. Mostly they will be combined for most of the placement, but it can be separated also. It will happen on the same day only.
So can you also share about your interview experience at IIT Bombay? Like you also mentioned that you have already interviewed. So how was it different from IIT Bombay, and what was your experience here?
So the major difference was in the previous, wherever I got the offers, it was an online interview. Here I have given the in-person interview. So that was the major difference, and according to the knowledge set which they are expecting as an IIT student also, it is way different from what they were expecting way back in my older college. So being an IIT Bombay student, you have some responsibility also. You need more skill set when we are comparing to other smaller institutes, when we are comparing it to IIT Bombay. So that was the major difference.
So while submitting our resume, we also tend to do a lot of projects. Some are the course-based projects, some projects we do on our own. So can you tell something about the project and how much does the project matters in our resume for the company to shortlist us?
Yes, the project is the major thing which matters a lot, because most of the students who are sitting for the campus placements don't have the previous work experience. So the major thing which a company will look at, how good are your projects, and even in the interview they will ask the questions from your project itself, project, or if you are a master's student they will ask from your research. So definitely project matters a lot, whichever company you are applying for, according to its domain. Suppose a company is there which are coming for the post of supply chain management, so you need to have a good project on the supply chain management, which increases your chances of getting shortlisted exponentially. Yeah.
Can you share your interview questions? What were asked to you? Like, what are the different rounds that take place in the interview, and what are the questions that were asked to you?
So coming to my interview, I got selected in a real estate firm named Rigor Reality, which is based in Mumbai only. So there were 4 JAFs open. First one was for the strategy vertical, in which I have got selected. One was the procurement and contracts, one was project management, and one was the project planning and scheduling. So these were the 4 JAFs which were open. So I got selected for all the 4 JAFs, and then they asked me which I want to go for. So for all the 4 JAFs, there were separate interviews which happened. So coming to the interview in which I have got selected, I've got selected for a JAF which was open for the whole institute, whole institute. Other JAFs were only open for the civil students, but the JAF I am selected in, it was open for the all institutes. So they were expecting some knowledge about the visualization tools like Power BI and all. They were expecting some knowledge of the data scientist roles, data analyst role, not data scientist, definitely. And they were expecting a good knowledge of the civil engineering also, because when we are coming to the strategy vertical of the company, there is no specific work which we need to do. So coming to the interview questions, they asked me generally where I am from, what do I do, and then they asked me about my projects, definitely the projects. I have done one BIM project, so they asked me questions on the BIM project, the project scheduling softwares they asked. And coming to the questions which I was not expecting at that moment of time, they asked me to rate my skills. Suppose an AutoCAD is there, the interviewer asked me to how much you will rate out of 10 for an AutoCAD skill. So I answered, because at that time if I would have answered 9 or 10, he would have asked me a lot of questions, and definitely I would have not been able to answer that. So I asked him, if you are asking me right now, I will score myself 6 or 7, but if you'll ask me tomorrow, I'll say 9 or 10. So he was very happy with the answer, and he said definitely you need to brush the skills, because it's been a long time which I used. So it's totally dependent upon how you answer the questions of the interviewer. It doesn't mean you need to have the full knowledge. Yeah.
So that was a smart answer. Can you was this the technical round question? There must be some HR rounds also. So what do they ask in HR round?
For me, the HR round didn't happen actually. There was a HR round scheduled for us, but after the technical round, they directly selected the candidates instead of HR round. So I was very lucky in that.
So overall, your experience was good, as I can hear from you.
Yeah.
So what suggestion would you like to give our viewers who are planning to come to IIT Bombay? So should they be assured that they are going to get placed in a good company if they work hard? How much does hard work matters, and is it worth it to come to IIT Bombay?
Yeah, I would like to suggest to you all, like, it is totally worth it to come to IIT Bombay. It's very different from all the engineering colleges in India. Definitely the Mumbai, the greatest festival of Asia, the Mood Indigo, Tech Fest. There are a lot of fun things which you can do. And coming to the studies also, there are several possibilities of learning. There are n number of possibilities where you want to, whether if you want to go for the business, research, or anything else. you have endless possibilities. So definitely coming to IIT Bombay is a big thumbs up. You can come any time. Like, it's the worth. I can't.
I'd like to ask a very last question. That is, there are many controversy around the internet that people say that the placement scenarios at IIT Bombay are dipping down, and also that the students at IIT Bombay, they crack GATE or JEE, then after that they become overconfident. They don't work hard. They're not that skilled as compared to other people. Is it really true? Are these really true?
I think this question is only invalid for the people who are posting it online, because definitely it doesn't matter if you are an IITian student. It doesn't matter if you are born with a silver spoon. You need to have the skills. You need to have a proper skill set if you want job. There are n number of opportunities in IIT Bombay. There is no lesser opportunities it compared to the previous years. It totally depends upon how much skills you have. So, and people do have skills. I have not seen like placements getting dip or something. There are n number of jobs, there are placement opportunities, and there are still 99% placement scenario in IIT Bombay. And even in my branch, coming to the CTEM specialization, almost all the people are placed, only 1 or 2 are remaining. So definitely there are placements.
So people are also skilled enough to get placed. It's
Yes.
not just because of IIT Bombay tagline they are getting placed, right?
No, people are skilled enough to get. Whoever is getting placed, they have the skills, then only they are getting placed.
Their packages are worth it, right?
Yeah, packages are worth it, definitely.
So that was the last question. Thank you so much for joining our podcast. It was great talking to you. I think the viewer got a lot of insights about the placement scenarios at IIT Bombay. And would you like to say something, few last words?
Thank you so much for inviting me here, definitely. And besides that, I previously, when I was about to join IIT Bombay, I was also searching over YouTube like about the experiences of people, how the placements, how the life, how's the hostels. So definitely this is a very good podcast and very good platform where you can tell people who are yet to join. So definitely it was a great experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you in the next podcast or next videos maybe. We'll catch up, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can write down the comment. And in fact Lubit will also answer those comments. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you.